Like an overwatered fucking chia pet. What's up, folks? Y'all ready? I'm ready. Ready to do the damn thing? Look like a fucking overwatered chia pet. Y'all see all that gray hair coming in there too? Ain't that about a bitch? Man, gray hair don't care. Man, everybody blessed. Can y'all hear me? Audio good? Yay, nay? Probably a little low. How about now? Is that better? Audio good? Anybody? Everybody? Somebody? Well, I guess not. It's all right. Fuck it. Sounds good, says Bob Sharkey. Bam. H.J. Winthrow, what's good? Atomizer, what's good, man? Seen you over in Twisted Live today. Appreciate the support over there as well, man. Good dude. Good dude. Thomas Winder, good. That's what's up. Man, it's Friday. It's Friday, fuckers. You know what that means? Nothing, it's just another day of the week. Josh Harper says, morning, fella. John did it. What's up, Joel? Looking fresh as fuck. Video's good. That's what's up. Appreciate that, man. Actually, I don't feel fresh as fuck because I look like a fucking overwatered chia pet. That's why I got a ball cap on. You see that shit? The gray hair is going to be white for too long. So I don't have to wear a ball cap. My hair will be white as hell. No beer tonight, man. I ain't got no beer. We're just sitting here talking to my daughter about her alcoholic roommate. You know one good sign somebody's an alcoholic? They drink fucking Busch Light. That's a sign of an alcoholic. They got a $2 bottle of vodka in their refrigerator. That's a fucking alcoholic for you. Leslie Vapin, what's good? Hope you're good. Robin Freeman, hi. How are you? Dave Satek, what's up, y'all? What's up, Dave? How the hell are you? Atomizer says, oh shit, let me guess, Atomizer. You drinking some Busch Light, my friend. Jim Spain, my brother from another mother over in Opelika. How the hell are you? Hope you and Miss Amy are having a blessed, wonderful evening this evening. Shane Ellison, that's what's good. I haven't had a Busch Light in years. I ain't never had a Busch Light. I ain't never been that damn bad off. I drink a Keystone Light before I drink a Busch Light. Remember we used to do that. I got a cooler full of stones. And they're all fucking Keystone Light. Oh, man. Man, I am Cadillacing. Rocking that Barrage. Man, if you haven't picked up a Barrage yet, my review will be up this week on it. I did my first impressions on it. I'm loving this damn thing. This is a banger. Vapor Miner, what's good? EAS, what's up? Joel, what's good with you, man? Thank you for tuning in tonight. I greatly appreciate the support. I really do. Y'all seen the title of the show? And the truth shall set you free. You know, the FDA is really reiterating their statement on the fact that, or admitting that it's THC vapes that are getting people sick. I'm glad they've done that. I'm glad that they're doing it. It just sucks that it's taken so long for them to do so. But damage has already been done. You know, you got politicians already on these high horses, man. And when these politicians get on these trips, dude, there ain't nothing going to stop them. Hell, legislative actions, I think it's our only hope. Zach Hawkins, hope all is well, man. Same to you, brother. I hope everything's good with you. I know I am blessed. Yeah, but to see the FDA talk about that, you know, and release that and like really reiterate that and like plaster that out there, it's a good step. It's a good look for us in vaping. I do feel for those that rely on THC products, you know, the cannabis oils. But, you know, there's other ways to consume that hell. Go back to the old school way. Break down a Philly, break down a Swisher, bust the guts, dump them out, fill them back up, fluff it up, put a Crutchin into that bitch and have at it. You know? Alan Michael Cantor, what's good, brother? What's good, man? Jake Freeman, what's good? But yeah, to see the FDA come back on that and release that statement, like really reiterate that to the masses out there, that's a good look. That's a damn good look. I'm glad to see that. I hope that's like snowballs, and we need to play on that. We need to capitalize on that and make sure that we already knew that. But for the FDA to admit that, basically like coattailing what the CDC has already confirmed, which we already knew, and it's a damn shame when the. But I get it why the CDC and FDA take so long to confirm something like that, because there's a lot of liability at stake here. You know, if they were wrong or if they made a bad statement, that looks bad on them, and they got to be really really cautious and really cover their tails when it comes to that. So we can't fault them for that. You know, I know inside we want to be pissed off at them, like, come on, dude, we fucking know better. We know better. We know better. But the reality of it is, they have to cover all their bases. They have to have the whatever steps they take to release that statement. You know, like you can't just go one person or 10 people get sick at McDonald's and say, oh, well, I ate McDonald's, I ate McDonald's. Yeah, well, there's a lot of fucking McDonald's in the United States too, you know, so you really got to track it down to pinpoint what it is. They can't say stop eating McDonald's altogether. You know what I mean? Even though they did try to say that with vaping, and you know, states were taking actions kind of prematurely, but they're old heads. You can't blame them old head senators and governors and shit like that, man. Now, they blow their load just as quick as they can because they don't know if they're going to get a second chance. Yes, it's going to be a very long recovery. It's going to be a damn long recovery. And that's the sad part about it, that the damage is already done. And salute to those out there, man. Again, I'm going to say this. I said this earlier on Twisted's Live. If you haven't had a chance to go watch that replay, I highly advise you go over there and watch that replay. But I commend those who ain't folding, who been fighting, said, you know what? And you know, two people come to mind when I say that statement, right? A few people. The guy from HDNE Mods, whatever that is, him, I can't pronounce his name. M Turk, salute. Vinyl and Vapor Eric, salute. You know, both them guys like, look, man, I got too much riding on this shit. I'm just not going to fold up. I'm not going to just stop doing what I'm doing. I'm going to continue to do what I do because I got everything. They have everything invested in that. You know, and I salute and commend both of those gentlemen and others that are, you know, doing whatever they have to do in order to make the ends meet. Yeah, Purge Mod's never going to stop fighting. You met up with Trucker today and let him borrow Barrage for a review. You're regretting it already? It's a flavor banger. ID Voca, my brother from Dubai, man. Blessed. It's crazy to reduce harm by creating a new black market item. You damn Skippy. Jim Spain, my brother out in Opelika. Guys, if y'all don't know who Jim Spain is, Cloud Brewing Vapor, y'all check him out on Instagram. Him and his wife, very, very, very sweet people. Got to meet them down in Atlanta. Solid dude, man. Solid dude in my book. He said, M Turk and Eric are my fucking heroes. They are both the real deal. You damn Skippy, they the real deal. You know, I had this conversation with a Patreon the other day. We were sitting down chatting in Discord, and I was telling them that, look, if it's time to fight, man, I don't care that I got 300,000 motherfuckers with me. If they ain't gonna fight, I'm good with 10 people. If they're gonna fight, shit. If 300,000 is just gonna stand there with their hands in their pockets, I ain't got no business with them. You know, and to see Eric and M Turk doing their thing, and I gotta look that guy's name up, man. For the damn life of me, I can't remember his name. I know I'm gonna screw it up, but anyway, let me check it out. Let me see here, because he just sent this over to me. He sent me an email. We were chatting back and forth. You know, I told him, man, thank you for doing what you're doing, but I just got to pronounce this guy's name. I shared a picture of him on my community page on my YouTube. I don't know the guy I didn't know who the hell he was. I just seen that he was still holding down and opening up shop saying, look, I got two daughters. I can't afford to just close up shop. They got to come arrest me. Shit. That's the kind of stuff I can get behind, man. And that'd be one of them individuals too, that whenever they did arrest his ass, shit, I'd be the first one to be like, all right, what's his bail? We're going to do that. Why? Because you got to support those that are out there willing to fight. You can't tell people to fight and not be willing to fight yourself. 1 second. Y'all just sit tight. All right. His name is Leon Georgigales. Leon Georgigales. I guess that's his name. Solid dude, man. Solid dude. John Diddick said, much respect to Grim Green. Just wish he went and folded his juice company and said, fuck that shit. To each your own, man. Yeah, Gumo, there you go. Salute. Thank you, brother. He knew exactly who the hell I was talking about. Leon. That dude right there, man, that's what it's about, man. That's what this whole fucking community and industry and everything was, to help one another. People were trying to make a better way, a better living, a better lifestyle. You know, you heard Turk get on there on his Instagram video when he called into the White House and clarified and made it very clear to them that, you know, this not only helped him stop smoking, but it helped him overcome an addiction. You know, I don't remember what the addiction was, but that is beside the point. It doesn't matter what the addiction was. The fact is that it helped him overcome an addiction. That's deep. Give me thirsty, eating some ice. Fucking hot. In East Texas, these damn lights don't make it any cooler. Josh Harper says he manages a Facebook called Calling the White House. Works at least 7 hours a day of his free time and don't get paid a dime. I believe in it. You're damn skippy, man. You know, a lot of this is done just because it's something we're passionate about. You know, some of us have been afforded opportunities where we're able to monetize our efforts and make sure that we make a little coin. You know, but that's even if I wasn't making a dime in this, man, I'd still be doing the same thing I'm doing now. I was vaping before I made a dime, man. I'm gonna continue to vape after I ain't making no money in it. Leslie says, I suffer from a really bad anxiety disorder, and the tinkering I do with vaping really helps me. Yeah, buddy, Chris Lopez, what's good, my brother, man? The hobby side of vaping really helped me clean up, keeps you busy and occupied. Shit, it's helped mine and my lady's relationship too. I sit there and listen to her bullshit. I sit there and work on whatever I'm working on and just zone that shit out. Everyone see that Oregon is placing a temporary ban on flavors? Yeah, I've seen that, you know, but we're going to continue to hit Oregon with the facts. You know what I mean? We're going to continue to feed off that. The fact that the FDA is making a stance right now and saying that, look, we know it's THC. Man, that's a win. Like, you know, New York had the stay on theirs and, you know, had that pushed back for a little bit. That's a win. Right now, dude, when you're in battle and you're in war, you take even the smallest of victories and you congratulate your soldiers and you feed that back to the others on the front lines fighting. Like, hey, look, man, did y'all hear New York won? Did you hear that so-and-so won? Did you hear the FDA done this? You take all those little wins and you compile them and you continue to feed off and feed the soldiers out there so they have a sense of hope, a sense of, all right, man, well, if New York did it, hell, we can do it too. You know? Jim Spain says hobby side of it kept him off dope for 4 years. FLO Babes, what's good? What's good? Hope everybody's having a blessed week. Yes, I hope everybody is having a blessed week. Michaela Reviews, how are you doing, ma'am? Hope you're doing good. But yeah, we got to feed those little wins out to the people, man. We got to make sure that the masses understand that and that they know that, hey, we are having victories, you know, and they may not just be the overall grand finale that we're looking for, but that's progress, man. You know, progress is progress, whether you tiptoeing or you leap some bounds. The fact that you're still making forward progress and the goal hasn't changed, man, that's a positive look right there. Chris Lopez says hobby side kept his wallet on a diet. Shit, I know his girl's birthday kept his wallet on a diet too. His wallet went to fasting real quick. Shit. Fresh hat, yeah, man. Shout out to Jam Monster, Ice Monster, that whole crew over there. They gave me this hat last year. I needed a white hat because it looked like a fucking overwatered chia pet. I done said that a time or two, but I dig the hat. You know, I don't rock hats very often, but I do sometimes. Michaela says, you're such an inspiration. Thank you. No, ma'am, you're an inspiration to me. You guys doing this, showing up, supporting that's you guys inspire me to keep doing it, keep doing what I've been doing. Yeah, everybody sharing their stories of getting all dope. I've said it before. If you didn't tune in, then I'll tell you now. I used to have a real bad uh, addiction to Vicodins. Like I had a real bad truck wreck years back, and I got prescribed Vicodins at the time. Hell, I couldn't even swallow a Vicodin because I remember the first one I took, I choked on that motherfucker. I spit it back out. I said, I can't take that shit. How do they expect me to take that? Buddy, my man, chew that motherfucker up. You'll be good in like 10 minutes. So I started chewing them up. And he was right. I was good in 10 minutes. Shit, I was on cloud nine. I was fixing every fucking thing around the house, all kinds of shit. But then the next day I woke up, my back hurting again. I ate another one, right back to doing it again. And before you knew it, hell, I was going in like, 6, 7 years of, 10, 20 Vicodins a day at $10 a pop. I was like eating them, and the little yellow ones too, man. Little narcos, 10 500s or whatever the fuck, 10 325s or whatever. I was eating the shit out of them things. But I had to put myself through cold turkey and just make a conscious decision to say, hey, I don't want to take these fucking things anymore. And I did. I was able to quit cold turkey. Yeah, I was vaping, but I was able to stop that habit. I was able to kick an addiction. And can I say vaping helped me do that? Yeah, I can. I can say that because I had me doing something besides just eating fucking Vicodins, Leslie's vaping said, I know Kumo's office is sick of me. You damn Skippy. Hell, I want the White House sick of us too. Sean Flanagan, what's good? What's good? E the Everyday Vapor. Yo, yo, yo. I've said it. I'm still standing by my statement. We say 13 million strong. We ain't 13 million strong. Shit, we 13 million present. We ain't 13 million strong. If we was 13 million strong, this shit wouldn't even be an issue right now. 13 million people called the fucking White House in one day. I promise you, Donald Trump will get on this fucking Twitter like, all right, look, y'all motherfuckers gonna have to quit calling the White House already. All right, we can't even take calls anymore. Vaping Miner says vaping keeps him off smokeless tobacco. Congratulations, Zach Hawkins. 1 year sober last month. He said vaping helped him kick alcohol. That is what's up. That's what's up. John did it. Got 1 year clean November 1st. Hey, Mr. Just Right One, is that the Barrage? Yeah, that's the Barrage, man. I've been rocking the piss out of it. Since I built this is all I've been vaping this, and I got this thing today, the Realm from Blitz. I didn't get it today, but I just started vaping it today. But yeah, this Barrage, man, this thing's a beast. And if I don't congratulate y'all, congratulate each one of you out there for kicking your habits, whatever it been. Even if you didn't have a habit, and you just wanted to help out, congratulations on that. Know that every day is 1 day more you get to say that, that you get to carry that claim. That's a beautiful thing. Vapor Odyssey, 6 months smoke free now. That's what's up. That's what's up. I smoked a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I smoked like a fucking train for a long time. I'm glad I don't do that shit no more. What I miss here? Josh Harper said something. Oh, I was addicted to oxys for 10 years. I quit 10 years ago thanks to vaping and methadone. That's what's up, man. Glad you were able to share that with us, and glad you were able to felt comfortable sharing that with us first and foremost. I'm thankful for that. And I'm glad you were able to kick a habit, and I've seen a very common similarity amongst most vapors, not all vapors, but a lot of vapors, they have that same story where they were able to kick an addiction with the help of something as this, and that's something that really needs to be, you want to talk about studies and they want to talk about the health effects and benefits of vaping or the downsides to it. Let's also study the positive things of it. Let's take that in consideration, that people are able to kick addictions as well. What part of the brain is it that vaping is triggering that allows people to help people quit that? You know what I mean? Like I can tell you right now, whenever I quit my Vicodin addiction, the only way I was able to kick that addiction was I took a Vicodin and I carried that fucker with me every day for fucking months. Damn near a year I carried a Vicodin on me just to have it, just the sense of knowing that I had it. I was all right. But if I didn't have it, I was fucking flipping balls, man. Like I couldn't stand it. So I think that's something that needs to be really looked at and investigated as well. Is what does the study? What does the art and the act of vaping? What role does it play on the mind and the endorphins that it kicks in, or what does it do in your brain that helps you kick those other habits as well? You know, so many people are attesting to this, and I don't think a lot of people would just say that just to have something to say in Mr. Just Right One's live feed. Nobody's just going to make that shit up. That's true facts right there, guys. Go back and read these comments right here. These are people divulging their truest moments and letting you know that this has helped them kick a habit. That's something that also needs to be studied. Let's not just look at the health benefits of, you know, lung cancer or, you know, your heart. Let's look at the mental aspect too. What endorphins are kicking off whenever people are vaping that help them overcome those obstacles? You know, that there's something to be said about that right there, and the fact that so many people are saying that's deep. That's real deep. Joe Mack, what's good? What's good? 808 Kevin, aloha, my friend. 808 Kevin, I hope you're in Hawaii, man. If I ever make it to Hawaii, we're gonna have to meet up. I hope we can get a lot of people in DC. I hope we can too, Jake. But the most important thing is, if we don't get people in DC, get people to your town hall. Get people to your. I don't want people to think that just because they can't make it to DC that they can't do an important role. They don't play an important role. If you can't make it to DC, that's a-okay. You don't have to go to DC. You can drive down to your local city hall. You can speak to your mayor. And the really important person I'm seeing that people need to speak to is the city manager. I don't know what roles the city managers play in like different cities and whatnot, but I know in Texas, man, like a city manager, they pull a lot of strings, man. They have a lot of say so. So to sit down and inform those individuals and let them know that, hey, this is why we do this. This is what this is. Don't get caught up with the big news media, the fake news and all that. This is the facts. This is what really is. And explain to them that this is a healthier alternative. And there's millions of people have chosen this healthier alternative. And to not, the MSA blood money, the reality of it is, guys, that has to be replaced somehow. Do I think banning vaping is going to be the replacement for it? No. Somebody has to sit down, look at the books, and restructure things. Whether everybody's paying 25 cents more a gallon for their fuel or something, it has to be mitigated somewhere else. You know? Exquisite Bliss. Hey, Mr. Just Right, how are you, man? Tinkering for me, said Atomizer. You damn Skippy. I've heard that then the right lobe, our brain, is to blame for our addictive personalities, etc., and smoking and nicotine, narcotics, and alcohol are the only affected. To find a much healthier replacement is amazing. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So that means the women are like stuck on the right side of my brain. All right? The right lobe. This bullshit in there at Harvard. But yeah, city managers, mayors, do your part locally. You know, because your branches of government, man, they start at the top with the president of the United States, and then they trickle down, all the way down to the state levels. So if you got people starting in D.C., and then you got people starting on the bottom end at local levels, and they start hearing the same thing, then words are going to come back, and they're going to meet somewhere. But man, I just heard the same thing from this guy. I just heard the same thing from this guy. I just heard the same thing from this guy. You know, so it's very important that we start chopping at this, burning this fuse on both ends, basically, burning the candle at both ends, you know. Light it here, let that motherfucker meet in the middle as quick as we can. You know, so don't think that just because you can't make it to the White House that you're not doing an important thing. Hell, you're doing a very, very important thing by informing those. You know, and sometimes I see a lot of some vape shops know what's going on, but a lot of the customers in and out of the vape shop may not know what's going on. So that's when it's your responsibility as another consumer and customer of a certain vape shop, whatever vape shop that is you go to inform them. Like, hey, man, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? And not to the vape shop. Don't inform the vape shop. Inform them if they don't know. Yes. But inform the other consumers as well, the other customers you meet in passing. You know, my daughter was here. She left already. I think she went home. She wasn't feeling very good, or she was going to be on here tonight. But I asked her the other day the question about vaping. I said, "What makes vaping so appealing to young folks?" She's 20 years old. State of Texas, you got to be 21 to vape, but if you were 18 before the grandfather date, you're good. So I asked her, "What makes vaping appealing to so many young people?" And she said, "I don't know. I don't know." I said, "No, baby. Like, you have to know, like, what makes people want to vape that are young? Like, is it like a cool thing? You think you're missing out on something? You think you're taking part? Like, what's the deal?" And she said, "I don't know what it is." She said, "But I can tell you right now." She says, from freshmen in high school to 22, 23 years of age, she says she probably knows 300 people locally that all have a Juul. 300 people she knows have Juuls. She says it's like wildfire. Everybody has a fucking Juul. And I asked her, is it because of the head high, or is it because of just the act of vaping itself? And she told me that she had a friend that's thrown away 5 perfectly fucking working Juuls, thrown them away to try to kick the addiction and cannot. Kenwar Vape says, if they wanted the truth, though, the CDC would be asking all patients have a full toxicology report ran, including ARN, just so they could actually say in every case these patients had this chemical. Yeah, they would, but HIPAA laws protect a lot of people, man. Like your health records are personal information. I think the only time that HIPAA is expired, like goes out, is a lawsuit. If you file a lawsuit, then they can subpoena that and the judge can order that up. But secondly is when you die, your death certificate will disclose the reason why you passed. And Kenwar Vapes, you just hit something. The hand to mouth habit. She told me that. She said just the motion, the hand to mouth motion. I said, fuck, that means we got to pass out dum-dums and give everybody a fucking dum-dum, all them young kids, give them all dum-dum pops or something. Like, here's your hand-to-mouth motion. A bag of 300 dum-dums is not that expensive. Shit, I seen a box of like 10,000 dum-dums you can buy online. If that's what it takes, fuck, I'll buy 10 boxes. Shit, we'll start passing out dum-dums. Give me your Juul, here's a dum-dum. Give me your Juul, here's a dum-dum. Yeah, here's a dum-dum for dum-dum. Edie Everyday Vapor, thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you stopping by. EAS, I wish I could say it keeps me from snacking on sweet stuff all the time. Shit, I got a sweet tooth from hell. And Josh, I didn't stumble onto that, man, that the vaping, helps curb addictions as well. That is something that you see it in the chat. People are talking about it. This ain't the first time I've seen it. Shout out again to M Turk. I seen his Instagram video when he called the White House, and he let them know that it helped them kick an addiction as well. Cloud Chaser, what's good, big homie? I'm driving and listening. Cadillacing, man, Cadillacing, just sitting here spitting some truth, letting people know that, hey, the FDA's finally coming around, admitting that it's THC that is causing the link between all these folks and all these other folks. I feel bad for them. I don't ever wish anybody had bad health, bad whatever it may be. But damn it, if you really care about yourself and you care about your family's well-being, you care about your health, you don't lie to the fucking doctor when you go in there and tell them, all I vape is nicotine. I ain't vaping no THC. You tell them the truth. Your fucking life depends on it, you dumbass. And that tells you the magnitude and caliber of people in which you're dealing with. Like when you go to the doctor's office, man, hell, they can misdiagnose you, give you something to have you fucking graveyard dead. Are you allergic to any medications? Nope, sure ain't. Knowing damn good and well you're allergic to Advil, and if I give you an Advil, you fall over graveyard dead. It's because they ain't thinking very straight. Their mind ain't right. And that just, like I said, that shows you the magnitude of people and what you're dealing with. Because you have to be able to be full disclosure when you go to your doctor. You know, how do you expect that? How do you think I get that 25-pound mineral block beside my bed, that blue Viagra block over there? Hell, I didn't get that by going in and lying to him. Shit, I went in and told the man the truth. Look, man, it's hard to get 13 and a half up. Shit, I got to have all the help I can get. Fucking popsicle sticks taping it ain't working. Yeah, the reason why nobody's suing vape companies, if they file a lawsuit, then the vape companies will be able to get a hold of their medical records and show that it has nothing to do with the e-liquid. You damn skippy. Brandon Garbo, what's good, fam? What's good with you, man? Just testing out this little realm. This kind of my first little few vapes on this bastard. I had some, I was gonna put some salt mix in there, but why would I do that? Shit, I had that, this motherfucker, wherever focus. There we go. Baker's Vapor, Granny Batter. It's a fresh apples and cake batter. Shout out to Scott Zekin's US Vape Promotions. They hooked it up with that. They sent that a bit ago, you know, and I was digging through the cabinet, was able to find that. Carlos Pugo, what's good? Zero, EAS's brother Vape Zero helps him with his cravings and to help with weight loss diet he has to stick to for health reasons. But man, I'll tell you right now, my fat ass needs to go on a diet. You know what gets me? I'll tell you right now what gets me every time. Red Bull and Dr. Pepper. When it comes to my soda pops and my Red Bull, man, like I gotta have them. I've been working out all week. I didn't put any live or reviews up. I did one Monday, I believe, on this barrage, and that was it. But been working out in the yard, working on the porch, the patio, doing some just honeydews and whatnot. But the heat, man, has got my ass whooped out there. When it's hot, I don't want soda pops and Red Bull shit. I want lemonade. I want water and lemonade. That's all I want. So I'm out there sweating my ass off, trying to lose some weight. Lady loves vapor. Good evening, Joel and Chet. Good evening to you, man. UK too, man. I don't know if you guys have seen that over on Instagram. Those of you that follow me on Instagram, that is at Mr.JustRight1. Going to the UK. I'm pleased to tell you about that one. Yep, headed to the UK, guys. Gonna enjoy the hell out of that. Myself, Vaping Bogan, the Vapor Chronicles, Coil Turd, Signature Tips, Dove Poe. Shit, we gonna wreck that. Mike Vapes, I think's going. Shit, we gonna have a hell of a time, man. The UK, like I can't even tell you guys how stoked I am to know that I'm going to the UK and going amongst some of the best names in the industry. You know, like that's a true honor for me, man. I'm humbled by that. I'm ever thankful for it. You know, when I went to Ontario, California, ECC was on my bucket list. You know, since I started vaping, I wanted to go to ECC Ontario. Got that one done. Wanted to go to El Pino, the big ass pine tree in East LA. Was able to go do that, you know, and started checking shit off my bucket list and, go overseas, visit another country. That was on my bucket list. Man, my bucket list is getting short. I had to start adding something to it. I'm going to have to kick this bucket really quick. You know, I'm not really sure which one I'm going to do here. Shout out to my Patreons out there, man. Michaela, Chris Lopez, Dave Satek, Minor, Chappie, Trucking, or not Trucking, but Bad Mother Trucker, Jesse. Who else, man? I got a few people on my Patreon. David Parker, Danny Castle. I appreciate you guys a lot, man. You know, I lowered my Patreon down for everybody. It's $5 for everybody. Everybody's entitled to the same thing, man. And it's been Cadillac. And what I put up a questionnaire. Matthew Cowell, he's also one too. Happy late birthday to him as well. that I'm gonna do like a special thing for my patrons where we do like a little live hangout, chit chat or whatever on my Zoom. We're gonna be doing that. Looking forward to doing that. Trying to step over into that realm and make sure that I take care of those that take care of me, you know. And somebody says, "Well, you ain't making that much on Patreon, like $100 a month or something like that." I think it's less than 100 now, but that ain't the point. It's the point that those people actually give a shit to, you know, support and know that I'm ever thankful for that shit, like beyond thankful for that. And I got to be sure I start rewarding them folks as well. May start doing something where, like, whenever I put up a review, I share the link there live for like 12 hours or something, and then I publish it to YouTube publicly or something. Not really sure what I'm going to do for my Patreons. Trying to figure that out, but I wanted it to be a level playing field for everybody. And I had a Amish, shout out to him. He's another Patreon. He asked me, he said, "Man, has your Patreon picked up or gone down?" I told him, I said, "Hell, I lost Patreons when I went down to $5 for everybody." I guess people thought that since they couldn't buy better privileges to me or something, or more access or something, that it wasn't worth it. Shit, I believe that everybody's the same. Hell. Carlos and Cloud Flavor, Chase and Flavor, what's up? I take it both you boys from South Texas. That's what's up. Dakota Simmons says he had to stop drinking Red Bull to start messing his teeth up. That stuff is bad for your teeth. Insane. I love it though. Miss drinking it. Man, Red Bull and me, we go back and forth, dude. Like, I love my fucking Red Bull. Like, the first thing in the morning, I don't want nothing but a Red Bull. Hell. Sammy Nitro 5150, the man, the myth, the legend. Respect to you, sir. Sammy Nitro is another one of my Patreons. Mad support to that gentleman right there. Been from day one. Overdrip. Been one from day one. Nothing but love for them guys over there. Canadian brothers. But yeah, immediately tonight, whenever I wrap this up, we're going to be heading over to my Zoom Patreon hangout just for a bit. Probably going to do one tomorrow for them as well till we kind of get the schedule lined out. See what's good for everybody. I want to make sure it's access for everybody. And those Patreons that are, supporting me, I got to make sure that I do something special for them, because I'm sitting here thinking the other day, like, damn, to know that somebody actually commits to give you X amount of dollars, whether it be $1 a month. Somebody believes in you that much to support you, And shout out to Dove Post, shout out to Signature Tips, shout out to the Vapor Chronicles, Vaping Bogan for this whole UK deal going down. Miss Amy Relish, shout out to her as well. Love that lady. She's funny as fuck. But shout out to them for believing in me as well and allowing me to be a part of that with them. Like they could have been like, nah, man, it's going to be the Vapor Chronicles and Vaping Bogan only. But for them to say, nah, we're going to have Mr. Just Right one there as well, that's a huge honor for me. Now I'm forever humbled by that. As the days are getting closer, man, like I get more and more excited, Shit, I know that it's supposed to be cold in the bitch over there. I'm like, man, bring a scarf and some gloves. Like, a scarf? You think I got a fucking scarf in my closet? I don't think I've ever owned a fucking scarf. It's just not something I like. It's not in my attire by any damn means. It's like a fucking tie. I ain't got a tie in there either. You ain't see me with a bow tie. You ain't see me with a tie. You ain't see me with a scarf. You ain't see me with no mittens. Shit. How you ain't see me with gloves, man? If my ears get cold, I'm done. My ears are good, I'm steady. That's why I be rocking them beanies and shit, pulling them over my ears, because if my ears get cold, cash my check, I'm going inside, I'm done. But we're going to check out this UK bid. We're going to see what it does. I cannot wait to get over there, talking to Twisted, get some insights to him. I've never done like a travel vlog of such, so I'm going to try my damnedest to get one filmed this time. I think I owe it to the people over in the UK to do that. I think I owe it to Dove Paul. I think I owe it to Signature Tips. I owe it to everybody to record and video document my journey in doing so, especially a bucket list item like that. That's huge in my book. What else do I got? This distilled e-liquid. I don't know if y'all seen that shit yet. That's some pretty good stuff. This one's that waffle batter. Again, shout out to Scott Zegans making sure that shit got sent over. I'm really, really digging that. I have some opinions on that once I get a little more time with it. I ain't got to vape much of it. Sean Flanagan says he loves the hat. I appreciate it, man. I do too. I've had this hat for over a year now, probably maybe 2 years, shit, but it still looks brand new. Very, very particular about my ball caps. I don't wear them often, but the ball caps I do get that I enjoy, I got a hat rack I put them in, and that's where they stay. Make sure they're good. Kelly Kell, what's good with you? Shout out to Kelly Kell. Actually hopped in Zoom last week. I put my Zoom up public for a little bit, and we had a little discussion and got something off her chest. Not really sure how to specify that, but I felt it was cool. They felt the need to share it with me. And, yeah, I'm all ears. I listen. I don't always just talk a lot. I do listen a lot too. Nah, Harper, you ain't got to worry about shit with the donations, man. Like that's the Patreon thing, dude. That's a group of people right there that from day one, man. Them guys have been down. They've been down for a long time. Hell, most of my Patreons have been around for a long, long time. H.J. Winthrow says, enjoy your time. I want to worry too much about vlogging it, but I know you want the memories just to remember to have fun. I'm real funny about that, man. Like, I'm not one that likes taking a bunch of pictures like, hey, let's get a picture together. I did in Ontario. I'm glad I did. But the pictures, man, they ain't really that much to me. The video, that's not that much to me. What I really enjoy is the conversation. I said this in Ontario too, is like, I value our conversations more than anything because I'm a reflective type of person. Like I have to dissect conversations. I may not dissect it then when we're having the conversation, but at a later date when I'm sitting solo or just thinking, brainstorming or something, I start dissecting those conversations. I remember key bits of those conversations. And that's what I value more than anything. I value conversation more than just about anything in this world because it's insight into your mind and it's insight into my mind as well. So for us to be able to share that same platform and express that with each other, that's shit, you can't replace that, man. I'm digging this little realm from Blitz. I have a review go up on it. I will tell you guys though, this motherfucker is heavy. This bitch weighs more than this topside does. I'm not shitting you. It is heavy, heavy, heavy. Houston winning the World Series. Couldn't tell you, man. I do not entertain professional sports at all unless I got money on a game or a boxing match or something like that. But I typically don't watch major sports at all. Hell, I ain't watch much TV when it comes down to it. To be honest with you, man, I really don't. I do a lot of reading on the internet. Like I like to read a lot of things. I like to read a lot of forums. Wiki's a hell of a thing. Shout out to Wiki out there. Love them guys. Always putting up some useful knowledge. Social media is a big thing for me. Both my Facebook accounts are on restriction right now. If y'all ain't seen me post much or you're not seeing my posts on Facebook, know that I'm posting shit. Facebook just ain't letting it go up. I can't comment in any groups that I don't manage. I can't comment on any posts. Some of them, like even personal friends that I've known for years, I can't go comment on their posts. If they post like a memory or something, a cute picture of their kid, I can't go comment on it. Facebook, I guess, got tired of my antics and ways and said, you know what? We're going to put your ass on restriction for a little bit. I don't give a damn. They can restrict me all they want because I've been on Twitter going heavy. And I'm sure whenever I go international that I'm going to have a nice little visit with the authorities again. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a full cavity body search on me, which I hope that I got to think about it. If they do that on the way out and they're probably going to do it on the way back in, I might have to eat like a lot of laxatives or something. Fuck with them. They haven't gone to the UK with you? No, Adamaza, they're not. My little man, he's upset that he's not going. But I made it very clear to him, the missus, she ain't going to fly, period. But made it very clear to my little man that, whenever I go do these things, yeah, it may seem like a vacation, but ultimately it is still work. I do have a responsibility to do while I'm there, and I have to fulfill those responsibilities accordingly. But I do these things so that he can be in a position one day that he can do the same, and that I can do that with him. And he understands that. Both my boys are really understanding of that. My girls, they not so understanding of that. I got a daughter, Alyssa, man. She's like, Dad, pack me in your luggage. I'll go in your luggage. I'm like, baby, you freeze to death. I can't take you in my luggage. Plus, they charge about £1, shit. they understand, daddy goes away to go make things better for us at home, and I've said it before, whenever I go do these things, like I have a fee that I charge, and some people think that's bullshit, that you shouldn't charge money to go to these things. Man, look, if you're taking me away from my family, I got to be making some kind of monetary gain in the matter, because if not, why am I going to take away time from the most important things in my life for free? I'm not. I won't ever do that. Like, it's not something that's instilled in me to do. I'm not programmed that way. When it comes to my family first, everything else second. I mean, ain't nothing come before my family. My family, number one. Gotta provide for my family. Always gotta provide for them. And it's no secret. I'm like unemployed right now for like a year, at least a year. And so any monetary gains that I can get elsewhere, man, that's a win for the family by all means. Yeah, HJ went through family over everything. You're damn Skippy. And I'm very public about that. Like, I don't hold that back at all. Shit, like family first. Shit, everything else comes second. I'll help you any way that I can. You know what I mean? But if it's taken from Steven to give to you, I can't do that. You know what I mean? But if Steven's already taken care of and I got a little extra and you need something, I'm gonna lace you up, do whatever I can do to help you out. But family over everything. Baby Joel too. That boy, he had a scare yesterday. Shit, I bought him at the school. They got this program where they ain't doing like a lot of paperwork. All this shit's done on computers now. It's a program they implemented at the school they go to. And like you could rent a laptop or you could buy a laptop. And I wasn't going to rent a laptop because we already made contributions or whatever we can do for the school on that aspect. So I bought him a laptop, and I told Kim, my wife, I was like, we're going to just rent one. Why are we not? I said, look, we in a position we buy him a laptop, we're going to buy him a laptop. So I bought him a laptop. Boy comes home yesterday. I'm outside working on the patio. He goes out to the truck. I said, what are you looking for? He said, my computer. So it better be in there. Shit, he walks back in the house, no computer in hand. Comes back out a few minutes later, so I'm going to check the car again. Well, it ain't in the damn truck. I mean, you done looked in there once. Boy, he's freaking out. And I lost it on him. I got kind of pissed off. I'm like, dude, look, that's $300 damn right there you just lost. And after dinner and whatnot, he was showering, brushing his teeth. I went in to check on him while he's brushing his teeth. The boy bawling his eyes out. And I felt like a dick. And I was like, what's wrong, man? What you crying about? And he was like, oh, I got soap in my eyes. I said, no, what's the problem, man? Look, you've been crying. What's the deal? And he told me, he says, Dad, I just don't want to disappoint you, Dad. I don't ever want to be a disappointment to you. And, man, you talking about hit somebody in the fields, man, it reminded me real quick that I got to reassure to him that he never disappoints me. He's my son. He's not going to disappoint me beyond the point of forgiveness or understanding by no means. I told him, man, fuck that computer, man. That's a monetary thing. We'll get another one, And he just we got up early this morning. I took him to school before they opened. He went in there, found it, texted me, Dad, I found it. I got it. It was right where I left us. Good, no problem. But, man, I felt like shit. That boy was in there bawling his eyes out over that damn computer. And he wasn't even worried about the computer so much as he was disappointed in his dad. And I had to remind him real quick to look, man, ain't nothing more important than you. Shit, fuck the computer. We get past that. Sean Flanagan, have a good night. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for tuning in, Sean. I appreciate that. Remind your little ones, man, everybody out there. I can take this opportunity to share that with y'all that, lean over, give them a hug, let them know you love them. Let them know that they mean the world to you and that there ain't nothing ever going to be able to replace it. Not a hair on one of their heads could anything ever replace. I think that's something we take for granted a lot is our loved ones and our children and hell, our peers. I take it for granted you guys being in here right now. That's something that, man, if all this vape shit was to go away, like, damn, like, who's still going to be in here to chit-chat? You know what I mean? Like, who's going to be doing that? Me and Richard, we had a conversation earlier on this live, and I said it, that this community is a community that we've always rewarded by liking, commenting, sharing, and reposting something. Now that we need them to get up off their ass and do something like go down and talk to their mayor or the city managers or whatnot, they're not willing to do so. Because they're not getting the instant gratification or reward of something. I got a chance to win something. I got a chance to win something. So it got the gears to rolling in our head. You know what I mean? Like, how can we motivate people to get up and take part of something, to do something? You know, is it going to take giveaways? Is it going to take, what's it going to take? You know, to get people to understand that somebody has to do something. Everybody has to do something. You don't have to do everything. Like Graham said, you don't have to do everything, but you have to do something. Somebody has to do something. Everybody has to do a little bit. And if everybody done a little bit, the load don't seem so bad. But right now, man, we in a bad state. The FDA, they gave us a little win today. New York gave us a little win. We're going to take those wins. We're going to multiply them. We're going to snowball them into something bigger and better than what they are right now. We're going to share that with other states and let them know, look, New York set precedents right here. They said, we're going to hold off on that. You're going to have to prove to us this. You have to prove to us that. You know, the FDA saying today that, look, we admit that it's THC. They really, really push that out there, really reiterating that again. I wish some of the wording would have been different, you know, but it's hard to admit fault when you're wrong. Nobody wants to admit that they're wrong. Hell, everybody wants to be like, oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good. I'm right. Nobody wants to ever admit that they're wrong. And to learn to carry your convictions and admit your faults is be the greatest day of your life. And I say that to the head of the FDA, head of the CDC, say that to the President of the United States, the First Lady. I say that to anybody. And you guys out there, the day you can learn to accept your faults, your guilt, and your convictions and carry them with pride, man, life becomes so much easier. It really does. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. The hardest things I've ever had to learn to say in my adult life, I am 36 years old today. The three hardest things I've ever learned how to say was, I'm sorry and mean it. I was wrong and mean it. Admit my wrongs and that I love you. Those three things were the hardest three things in my adult life I ever had to learn how to say. I'm sorry, I was wrong, and I love you. And mean all of them. Like I said them before in my life and I ain't mean them. But I understood now that the being able to say those three things and truly mean each one of them, it's like a gateway to a whole new lifestyle for oneself, man. It really is. We 52 minutes into this. If you got any damn questions, the 38 that are out there, let me know. Kelly Kell says, I'm learning to love myself so I can love others. I've been starting with my faults. You damn Skippy. And what we view as faults sometimes others may not view as faults. Some people may look at it as like a good thing. And my attitude, you know, my willingness my stubbornness of such. You know, like to me, it's sometimes I thought, man, I got to be better at that. I got to be better at that. Shit, there's people who use that as fuel off of me. If that's the case, and so be it. I'm glad that those out there that can see my faults and use that as fuel. Got any updates you can tell us on the project? I can tell you keep your eyes peeled for the UK because world premiere will be at the UK. I can tell you one of them I'm really surprised about. I'm surprised that it was done. I'm surprised that and it was simple. It's a simple thing. It's something I've said for a long time. But again, it's one of those avenues that I like looking at, that when somebody's not doing something, when others are doing this, that's when I want to go do this. And when the others start going that way to do that, that's when I want to go back over here and do that. Why? Because it keeps them at bay while my mind's at play. You know, I said that this week, and I mean that. That if the ability to have people occupied with one thing over here while you're doing this over here, man, that means you got room to stretch your arms, your elbows, so much room for activities and all kinds of shit. You know, but when everybody starts crowding in, like, God damn, can't really move, can't really think. You know, that's when I separate myself and move over and start doing whatever it was they just walked away from. You know? What am I looking forward to most about my trip to the UK? Culture. I am fascinated with others' cultures and just their demeanors, the way they go about conducting themselves on a day-to-day basis. And the ocean. Like, man, I want to fly over there. I hope that I'm not sure if it's my return flight. I think maybe one of my return flights is in the daytime. If that's the case, I'm going to be stoked because I just want to see the ocean. From a plane. Of course, I want to be able to look up and see skies and look down and see the ocean. Like that's going to be dope for me. But culture is a really, really big thing for me. Uh, the Chinese culture is something I've been fascinated with since I was a little bitty man, and I'm still fascinated with Chinese culture. I've always enjoyed the Chinese culture. Thai culture, Thailand, I love all their culture. Primarily the Thai food. I'm a huge foodie when it comes to Thai food. Willing to open my mind when I'm in another country to fully embrace it, like their cuisines, their drinks, whatever it is. I want to embrace all of it and take it all in. Uh, the networking, the meeting of the people there, to at the expo, vapors that know the profile, that know the unity, that know the hashtag Mr.JustRight one, that see it like crazy on Instagram, all over, wherever, but that haven't had an opportunity to see me and meet me yet. I'll embrace them with a hug, and those that are on good standings, embrace them in good standings. And nothing changes just because it's a different country as opposed to the U.S. Nothing changes. Come up, introduce yourself. Let's talk about it. If you have a problem, sit. We can go to the parking lot and we can get you a solution. That doesn't change. But that's never happened. It may happen one day. If it does, and so be it. I've been out in places where somebody's had a problem. We went and got to the solution. I helped them out with it. But I don't go with that mindset. I go with the mindset of embracing everybody, getting to put a face with so many names that are out there, being amongst some of the greats. Atomizer, how long will you be there? Just for the expo, or are you staying a few days before and a couple of days after? What else am I looking forward to? Not much, man. Very interesting. This is why ID Voca should be the fucking spokesman for Dos Equis, the most interesting man in the world. He says, yeah, the heritage and mannerisms of other nationalities is fascinating. Company I work for has about 30 different nationalities working for it. Challenging sometimes, but interesting. Let's go to the parking lot. I got your solution. I'll get you your solution. Yeah, man, it's always been the thing, FLA vapes. Like I don't change in that. But ID, that's it, man. Like I don't know why I've always been fascinated with others' cultures and mannerisms and the way they conduct themselves. It's just something I've always been curious about. The big expo in Dubai, that is on my hit list, man. Like I got to find a way to make that happen. Like, and whether I pitch it to a few companies or what, I don't know how I'm gonna play that card, but I got to get to Dubai. I want to meet ID Voca in person. Like, absolutely want to meet him in person. And two, I want to see. That's a culture that I've always, even before the Chinese culture, would be the Egyptian culture. I know it's not Dubai or whatnot, but that region is very, very historical. It goes back to the biblical days and so forth. So, very interested in that. And damn, my cup's empty. Yeah, that definitely got to make Dubai. But I always want to see the pyramids. You want to talk about something on top, like way up on my bucket list? The pyramids. I want to see the pyramids in real life. I don't know why. I just do. I think it's fascinating to know that somebody built those things by hand years ago. That's crazy. It's crazy. They did that years and years and years ago. And I'm having hell on my front porch, and I got all these fucking power tools and high-end equipment and screws and all kinds of things, and still get my ass kicked on my front porch. I'll tell you guys right now, there's a couple things I'm not. I'm not a carpenter, and I'm not a fisherman. Dude, I can go fishing. I love fishing. But I'd be damned if I'm going to catch a fish. I think I've caught one fish in my whole damn life that was worth the damn. As far as building something, I'm not a very good carpenter at all. Atomizer says I work for an apartment committee, so I meet all kinds of people and learn about all types of cultures. Yep. Speaking of apartments, we just moved one of my daughters into her own apartment. That's been very interesting to say the least. Alan Michael Cantor said the pyramids are definitely something I want to do before I die. A game can only give you so much. Yeah, years ago, I had an old friend, used to be a friend, ain't a fucking friend no more, that's for damn sure. But he took his wife to the Aztec, Mayan ruins and pyramids and whatnot. And the pictures that he had were pretty dope. You know, it was really neat to be able to see that. But yeah, the Egyptian pyramids, I want to see that in real life. You know, that's always been a thing for me. The UK, like I said, I just want to meet the people. I want to put faces with names. I want people to understand that Mr. Just Right One is a human being. I'm a human. Just a normal dude that does normal things. Uh, I've been afforded certain opportunities, but I want to instill and remind each one of them that they can do the very same thing that I've done. They can do the very same thing that TVC's done. They can do the exact same thing that Mike Vape's done, that Grim Green's done, that Coulter's done, that Twisted Messes has done, that M Turk has done, that Eric Vinyl Vapor has done. They can do the very same. We're not different than anybody else. We ain't no better than anybody else. We are all the same. We are all capable of doing the exact same thing. Nicked Out Vapor, what's up, Joel? What's good with you, man? What's your opinion on what the Washington governor did? Probably not a very good opinion. Dustin Vapor, what's up, Joel? What's good with you? Jeremy Furman said, right? Yeah. Honestly, I'm not sure what the Washington governor did. I can look on my phone. We'll look at the phone right now. Probably done some trying to ban vape type shit or something. And if that's the case, fuck him. It's bad, he says. I don't want to check. You know, piss on him. Kate says, I think it'll be much different as far as vape culture etiquette. I haven't checked out any UK Expo videos. Wouldn't know. Um, I'm not really sure what their etiquette is over there as far as vaping. You know what their demographic is, what they go for. You know, I would imagine that being in the UK, it's I don't know, probably much like the US. You know, just a little bit of difference at different times. Josh Harper, good to see you, man. Have a blessed evening. Thank you for tuning in. Jason Parker, what's up, Joel? I hope you're having a good night, man. If I ain't having a good night, I'm making a good night. That's why I got that 25-pound Viagra block laying beside the bed on the nightstand. If I don't have a good night, it makes a good night. Graduated from rolling over there and licking on it, gnawing on that bitch. Take off a little chunk. No, I would imagine it's going to be much like the U.S., just different culture. You know, some people like flavor chasing, some people like cloud chasing. At the end of the day, guys, if you ever want to know what type of vapor I am flavor over everything. That's why these flavor bans are so bad in my book, because when I vape, I don't look to produce massive clouds of vapor. If I do, cool, but I want it to be a flavorful massive cloud of vapor. If it's a massive cloud of vapor with no flavor, I ain't want nothing to do with it. So I'm very selective about the e-juice and e-liquids that I use, because I'm putting it into my body. Like, that's what matters to me. I want that flavor to be perfect every time. Kate says, think different cities might accept easier like here. Maybe so. We'll find out. Jeremy Furman says, yes, flavor, flavor. Yes, flavor is everything for me. And what I see is even like some of my closest confidants that have different styles of vaping. Like they vape totally different than me. And not very many people vape like the way that I like to vape. So to see that the profile came in and did what it did was a huge blessing, because it tells me, man, there's other people out there that enjoy the same style of vape that I do. You know, that want a vape that's going to last all day. Surface area, you can't beat the surface area of a mesh. I don't care what fancy ways you twist your coils or wires. Mesh surface area is damn near impossible to beat. The ramp up time is instantaneous. If you're making a fancy ass coil and you want instant ramp up time, there it is. The battery sag and drain is low, you know, so it checked off a lot of boxes, and it let me know that a lot of other people out there enjoy the same style of vaping that I do. Atomizer profile changed the game, in my opinion. Kate, all day vape. The one strawberry. I like mouth to lung RTA, a series mix with an RDA. Strange, but those are my favorites. That's very cool, ID, because I'm finding right now that like this little AIO right here. I'm going over because my camera's always over here, but I moved it over here tonight. These little AIOs, man, that they hit the point. You know, this is 12 milligram right here, freebase, and it's been a long time since I've vaped 12 freebase. This is keeping up, and it's doing its job for what it's supposed to do. I'm finding whenever I go like to my son's school for lunch or something like that, have lunch with him, that I want to get my 12 Nick right before I go in there, so I don't have to carry a vape in with me or a little pod or something. I'm in the school. I'm going to be respectful of that first and foremost. But I get my Nick satisfied before I go in there. RDA wise, like this Barrage single coil, I'm digging it. That's why I think I'm so in love with this damn thing, because I'm a single coil vapor. Like, I like single coil RDAs a lot. Most dual coil RDAs and RTAs that have hit the market, I normally rock them with a single coil in it. I do have the intake dual right here from Mike Vapes. You see it's empty, so I vaped it today as well. Oh, batteries are dead. That's why it's not vaping. It's good. I'm rocking it with dual coils in there. It's a, what is it, 0.13, but I only got it at 85 watts. Like, I'm not like just murdering them coils. It's hard for me to find a good style RTA that I like to vape. I quit vaping the Unity. Oh, shit. I'm yawning. It's contagious. I know. My apologies. But I quit vaping the Unity for a bit because when I vape a Unity, I don't want to vape nothing else. That's all I want to vape. I just want to vape a Unity and I don't want to vape nothing else. Just that one, especially in an RTA. That's the only one I want to vape. So I put it up. But Mark Fagan came out with that bulk RTA. That thing is a beast. This is the intake dual. Let's see if we can focus on that. Yeah, intake dual. Yeah, the bulk is a beast. And the bulk, I like it a lot because just the vape that it gives off, but it's much like the FP. Like, I really, really enjoyed the FP. A lot of people didn't like the FP. Shit, I love the hell out of the FP. The FP was a banging ass RGA. But I always rocked it in a single coil. I didn't rock it in a dual coil. Just rocked a larger size single coil in there and ran with it. Unity, like I said, still my number one of all time when it comes to RTAs. Profiles number two. The Mass Mods, Unicorn Mods, Axial is my number one RDA single coil. I don't rock it in dual coil either. FP was better than the Aromazer. Yes, it was. I agree, 100%. The FP, I hate that the FP didn't get the love that it should have gotten. I still stand by my statement that at the time it was the best RTA on the market. Period. Kate said, been having trouble finding flavor on the Nano Drag. I will tell you that whenever I rock these AIOs, I got to go for like a heavy pastry of some sort or a coffee. Coffees and AIOs, man, they do something like so much. Shout out to my admin, Wolf Bite, that shared the love Google Docs, Twitter handles of all government officials. Feel free to use them and Twitter those fuckers. You're damn right. I took a different stance with my Twitter. I put up some images that are hard to swallow because that's the reality of what happens if we all continue to go back to smoking. But with the victories that we have right now, I'm going to say congratulations. Let's take those wins. Let's snowball them into something greater. Know that we haven't won yet. We're still in a full-blown war. Those are just two battles that we're winning, and we're seeing these gears turning. Whenever you work and you do something, you expect to see a return. Always. That's what we're seeing now with the FDA, New York, and I'm fully in my heart of hearts and my mind believe that if we continue to work hard, we'll continue to see the results of that said work. So it's imperative that we have to keep the same mindset always. Like, just know that we may not see the results right now, but that doesn't mean that you give up. You keep doing what you're doing, and in due time, we will see those results that we're looking for. Guys, we've been on for an hour and 10 minutes. I thank all 40 of you that are still tuned in watching, and the 26 thumbs up. I appreciate it. I don't ever tell anybody to go subscribe, like, thumbs up, none of that. Hell yeah. Katie Kipling says, since we can't call the White House on weekends, please write Trump and your governor's written letters. You damn Skippy Jiffy. And be sure to drop them in the mailbox. Don't do no good to write them if you don't send them. But like I said, I don't ask anybody to like the videos. Don't ask you to subscribe to the video, to the channel, whatever you want. If you want to, do so. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But I'm going to do what I always do at this time, and that is going to be remind you that if at any given point in time you have ever felt like you are not a somebody, I want you to know that you are a somebody in somebody's eyes, and that somebody is me. I absolutely love each and every one of you out there. Stay focused, stay blessed. Mr. Just Right One is checking in and checking out at the same damn time. Patreons, if y'all good, you're cool. I'm going to put the Zoom up. It's going to go up, open up right after this. We're going to go hang out, shoot the shit. And probably do another Patreon Zoom tomorrow as well. Just kind of figure out the scheduling for everybody. ID, the room should still be the same. If you care to join, by all means, feel free. You know, we appreciate you guys 100%. I really do. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all be blessed. I'm getting out.